Excited to see what's coming up still here on Studio 10, but very excited to talk a little bit about what we're cooking. Stuart Reb Donald, our chef, is here today, and he is dressed for the occasion in a robe.
Yep.
Do explain the robe.
Well, it's breakfast time.
Right.
And, you know, with school starting and everything, Mom and Dad are in such a rush to get the kids out the door that they don't have time for a good breakfast. And breakfast is the most important meal of the day, as we've always heard. And scientifically, there's a lot of stuff to back that up. Your body has been fasting for the 8 hours since you've been asleep. So when you wake up, you're literally in starvation mode. If you don't eat something right away, you're going to be cranky and your energy is just going to drop.
That's very true, actually. That's very true. There's an excuse for all of us out there if we don't eat breakfast. That's why, right?
Right. And what I'm going to do real quick for you, just to get you started on this morning, is what I usually do when I'm working in the restaurants and everything and I have an early shift. I love fruit smoothies because I can have them done in no time, and I'm going to show you just how quick they come together.
Sounds great. And you make a good point, though. As parents, we really focus on making sure our kids have a good breakfast before school, but we also need to remember ourselves. And this looks pretty easy.
Yep. All I'm doing now, I like to use fresh berries for stuff. But for my smoothies, what I do is I put them in a bag, I freeze them overnight. That way I don't have to add ice to my smoothie.
Good tip there. And an easy way to do it. Okay, so fresh berries and orange juice.
A little bit of orange juice. And this is some Greek yogurt.
Okay.
It's just plain, but you can use the flavored if that's what you like. What you're doing with that, you're getting a little dairy and a little protein into it, and it's also going to make this smooth.
Okay,
and nice and creamy. And then I've got a little bit of fresh grated ginger here. You could also use granulated ginger.
Okay.
And that's just to punch it up a little bit. Ginger is a rhizome that has a lot of good antibiotics in it. Helps rev up the metabolism, get you going. I'm going to put just a little bit more orange juice in here because I want to make sure it's good and loose.
Blend it up.
Yep.
And while that has just been blended, that just took us about 30 seconds to make that. We are going to have more on what's happening in the kitchen. More breakfast items for you coming up in just a little bit.
National Breakfast Month. Stuart Reb Donald, great kitchen set. That's a recipe for success right there.
Well, thanks. Wow, yeah. You flatter me.
What are we doing this morning?
Okay, well, the next thing I'm going to do is another berry dish. Now, Driscoll's berries are the ones that are promoting this National Breakfast Month with the berries and everything for the quick breakfasts. And
so you can see right here, last time we made that delicious berry shake right there.
Right, and this time we're going to make a berry parfait.
Okay.
And I'm going to start out with a little bit of angel food cake, and as you know, it's just air. It's baked air.
Okay.
And all I'm going to do is just going to cut this in half. And I've got some all-natural blueberry preserves here.
Ah.
Okay. This is going to get messy.
It's going to get messy?
Yeah, I'll take care of it because I don't want you to get your tie messed up. And
no
I'm just spreading a little bit on there, and then I'm just going to cut up this angel food cake. Just kind of rough. I'm going to throw it down there in my martini glass.
Ah, okay.
And that way the kids can feel like they're having a cocktail with Mom and Dad.
That's cool.
Now I want to take a little bit of yogurt here, and I'm going to whisk into it some honey. And now I prefer raw local honey as opposed to what you buy at the store. You know, one of the guys selling on the side of the road.
Sure.
Raw honey is not pasteurized, and it's the funniest thing because raw natural honey like this is one of the healthiest things you can eat.
Right.
Pasteurized honey, when they pasteurize it, they kill all of the stuff in it that makes it healthy.
Ah.
So then it's just sugar.
Raw, natural, local honey can also help you fight local allergies.
Absolutely.
As well.
The closer the apiary is to where you live, the more likely it is to help you fight off allergies. I can, you know, during the spring when you get stopped up and stuff, I'll start up in the morning with hot tea with about a tablespoon of local honey in it, and instant. I clear up, I'm good the rest of the day. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I've got some blueberries here. I'm going to put those in this. I'm going to add some sugar. Now this, you'll see this is kind of a brown sugar.
Right.
This is called demerara. It's an unprocessed sugar.
Ah.
And that's why it's not white. The processing is what makes sugar so unhealthy.
Where do you find that?
I actually find this at just about every market. If you don't see the demerara, you can get turbinado or the one everyone's familiar with, sugar in the raw.
Okay.
And they're very similar. I like the demerara because it has kind of a brown sugar molasses aftertaste to it.
Ah,
okay. And I'm going to put that with the blueberries. I'm going to zest a little bit of lemon here.
Zest it up.
Yep. All right. And I'm going to take this, and I'm going to add it to this bag.
There's just a lot going on here. I'm just trying to keep up with you, Stuart.
We're almost done.
Almost done. Simple as that.
Yep. And mash it all up.
Ah.
Crazy, huh?
That is wild.
Okay. And just for a little liquid in this to help get it breaking down, I'm going to take just a touch of all-natural vanilla extract.
So everything in here, basically, you're really leaning toward the natural ingredients. Natural is what makes it healthy. Keep the
exactly. It's the
richness in there.
It's processed foods that are really the things that bog down our metabolism and everything. And
I just made up a new word, enrichness.
Enrichness. I like that.
I like it too.
Somebody get Webster's on the phone. Okay. So now I've mashed up all my blueberries with that natural sugar. I'm going to dump that on top of my parfait. It's amazing how close we are to being done.
All right, and we are actually having to wrap up here, so basically we just add the yogurt to it.
Yep, and then garnish with a little bit of sliced
Yogurt
almonds.
And garnish with sliced almonds, and then maybe some more fresh blueberries.
How about that?
I just threw that in for my personal, personal enjoyment. All right, we will be back with you in just a little while to work on some more National Breakfast Month items. Thanks a lot, Stuart.
Thank you.
And welcome back to Studio 10. We're in the kitchen making breakfast today.
Right.
We're on our third breakfast, actually, because this is National Breakfast Month.
Right, most important meal of the day. And, we were talking about blood sugar spikes and dips and everything. And you'll have a blood sugar dip when you first wake up because you haven't eaten in 8 hours. So that'll make you kind of cranky. So if you get something that's kind of carb loaded, the best meal of the day to eat a lot of carbs is breakfast because you've got the entire day to burn off the calories from.
All right, because we all worry about that. What can we eat that's healthy? And this is an option that we can make pretty quickly, right?
Right. This is the same thing that I did with the blueberries, only this time I did it with raspberries.
And so what are you putting in at the bottom? This is angel food cake?
Angel food cake with a little bit of jam on it. And it's the all-natural jam.
Okay.
And this one I'm going a little bigger, so I'm going to do it in layers.
And you really just put the raspberries in there and mashed them up.
Right, with just a little bit of sugar and a little bit of vanilla.
And it's easier to do it in a bag like that as opposed to trying to mash them up because it's much easier cleanup. Absolutely.
When you're done mashing it up, you just throw this away and you're done.
Yeah, which is great. Okay, so we have layers of angel food cake with some jam and then fresh berries. That looks so good.
And then, of course, the yogurt sweetened with honey. Put that on top. Now, kids are stimulated by colors. And the more colorful you can make your food, the better off you're going to be.
More appealing to them to want to eat it.
Right. It looks like a cartoon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay? And then I'm going to top it off with a few berries, some almonds. Like I say, if you have a nut allergy, skip the almonds, go with granola, and then just how about a little honey on top just to make it a little sweeter.
Perfect.
And now that we've got breakfast taken care of, now we're ready to get on with the rest of our life, like say a wing cooking contest.
He's been excited to tell us about this today. So real quick, tell us what's going on with that.
I'm going to be a judge October 1st down on Dauphin Island at the 2nd annual Wings and Waves Cook-Off. And they have an exciting new category this year, shrimp wings.
Okay. So something you can only check out if you go.
Exactly, down to Dauphin Island. And for information on it, because they're still looking for teams to sign up, and they have pre-sale tickets that are $10, $15 at the door. But you can go to DauphinIslandCoc.com, that's the Chamber of Commerce site, or DeepSouthCookingOutfitters.com. They're the ones that are selling the tickets for it.
And it sounds delicious. You can find out more about that on the website.